Welcome back for another video. I'm Eharbad, a free-to-play endgame player in Raid Shadow Legends. Today we're going to do a champion guide for Teodor the Savant. I've been using him a fair bit over the past 10 days or so. I believe I now have a good understanding of his capabilities. We're going to try and keep this succinct, but also cover as much ground as possible. We first need to understand the intended use case of a champion to give any build context or relevance. Teodor is a master of soloing content, and where that isn't possible, lends himself to be part of a powerful duo. Given this, the rest of the build is focused on maximising speed and consistency. First, let's have a look at the masteries. High value solo masteries are Presser, Spirit Haste, and Master Hexer. Whilst to ensure tankiness, we have taken Rejuvenation, Delay Death, and Blast Proof. Given Teodor's excellent base stats, Pinpoint Accuracy has a higher substat value than Steadfast, so I'd recommend Pinpoint every time. However, Tough Skin and Defiant have approximately the same substat value, so you could take either of these as your tier 1 in the defense tree. Some people like Whirlwind of Death for solo builds, but personally you sacrifice a lot of tankiness by foregoing the defense tree. I'd avoid Cycle of Magic as Teodor has a nice natural rhythm. I don't think there's any need for it. You could take Evil Eye if you wished, however, I don't think it's needed either. I have taken Law of Steel, even though the benefits are extremely minor. Otherwise, I have taken Exalt and Bloodthirst, but upon using Teodor, I don't think either of these masteries are actually needed, but then there aren't really any other better options to pick, so it's entirely up to you which you go for in those regards. It's important to note that Teodor has a 50 accuracy in all battles aura, so we can factor that into the build. For dungeons, our baseline requirements are firstly a regen set, secondly approximately 350 resistance, and thirdly approximately 220 accuracy. Given the aura, we can build that as low as 170. The secondary set can be anything, even broken is viable. Good options are Immortal, Perception, Protection, and Stone Skin for pure stat gains. Given that Stone Skin is relatively precious for Arena, I'd advise against using it for Teodor. I've opted for Immortal as I don't use it much in other critical builds, so it's efficient for me. So if you're looking to build Teodor yourself, either using the Hell Hades optimizer, if that is the option, then I would recommend 250 speed as a minimum, 350 resistance as a minimum, 170 accuracy as a minimum, and then solve for effective HP. If you're building manually, I'd keep those stats in mind, and I'd be aiming for something above 80,000 HP and above 3,500 defense. I think that is a good level to be at. You can run lower effective HP. I have had him previously in other videos with lower base stats, but I have recently rebuilt him with these stats. So now that we've been through the masteries and the gearing, what can Teodor actually do? Teodor is famous for Dragon 25 farming, and he does it with aplomb. I used him for the entirety of the recent Knight Revenant only Dragon tournament, and he was flawless. I did test stage 24, and whilst it was victorious, I don't think it would be 100%. At least it didn't look it to me. Unfortunately, the Spirit Host cleanses the entire team, causing the run to slow down and become risky. I'm going to put on a bit of music, and you can watch the stage 25 run in its entirety and see how it goes. As for Ice Golem, I've shown Teodor running in a duo for stage 25 already, where he has negative affinity. I think he would also work as a duo on stage 24, however wave 2 is extremely challenging, and I don't think he'll be able to consistently run at as a pure solo, at least not a baseline Teodor. But in the meantime, let's at least show that duo in action once more and see if they can also do the same work on stage 24. So there we go, and it's even extremely quick at 1 minute 20 seconds. I'd like to test it further in the future and see if it's consistent around that time, and also if we do at some point get Brimstone, if that will speed it up even further. So what else can Teodor do? Well, he can solo Minotaur and some of the keeps. I've tested him on Arcane, but I believe he should also be able to farm Void, Force, and even Spirit. However, I think Magic Keep will be beyond him due to the block debuffs. And lastly, there is one more special thing I'd like to show in this video, and that is a pure flex. Teodor soloing Night Revenant stage 21. Yeah, even with those pesky Valks. Teodor is an absolute beast. Once again, I'm going to put some music on and let you enjoy that run in its entirety. In the meantime, all I can say is thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I hope you enjoy this video. Please do let me know in the comments whether the structure of the video works for these kind of champion guides, and if there are any suggestions in ways that I could improve it. I haven't done many of these champion guides. It's not something I typically focus on this channel, but I wanted to start doing a few of them and try to structure them in a way that will help people best understand why I've geared champions in a certain way and what they can do once they're in that gear. So once again, thanks for watching. See you in the next video.